Good afternoon. Or wait, I should try to make this more timeless. Hello. Welcome to this installment of Monique's Show and Tell, which is that time on. This is not part of the Pajama Club. This is part of Monique's strictly enforced dress code high society alliance, where I show off some of my stupid little collections because I'm old. Some of these collections have actually gotten kind of crazy over the years. But anyway, yeah, one of my little collections, which is not gigantic, but I'm about to show you, and it's something that it goes back 40 years basically. Is my collection of Spinal Tap stuff. Spinal Tap is a movie that I remember seeing on VHS at a friend's house, 40 years ago. I remember when it came out. I lived in right outside Detroit. It showed in one theater for 1 week. That was it until home video came along. I heard about it. I wanted to see it, but I was 15. I couldn't drive to God where I'd have to look up which theater it was, but it wasn't anywhere close. Anyway, get out of here, dipset. God, cats. Anyway, but yeah, I it was one of these movies where I remember seeing it, and I wanted to live in a world where I could pretend that Spinal Tap was real too, and play along with the joke basically. And I've been doing that for 40 years now. But yeah, so let's see. We can start out here. This is the original soundtrack album. See, it's got the black cover, as in "Smell the Glove," and then you got there's the inside. This is like a you can read it. There are words there. This is like the Spinal Tap. What is it? Page from Rocklopedia Britannicus, going over their career discography, and there's some of the album things. And of course, this somewhere, yeah, it was released on CD. I don't know if you can see that. And I used to have the cassette. I don't have the cassette anymore. I thought I didn't need cassette, so I got rid of cassettes. But yeah, and then one of the other things I got was this ancient battered book, Inside Spinal Tap, which is again this cost $12.95 back in 1985 or whenever. That's that's like $50 today, and I was what 16, making $3.35 an hour buying books that's like half a day's pay. But gosh darn it, I still have it, and I don't need it, but I love it. Okay. Um, Now this is something I found a few years later. This was when they were on Saturday Night Live, the Christmas with the Devil. They actually released this as a 45. See, so there's that, and there really wasn't much else from Spinal Tap for many many years until 1992, and they came out with an well, I guess I have. Where is it here? Yeah, the Break Like the Wind CD, which I remember I went to Daytona Beach. I told the story a million times. Before this album came out, a friend of mine tipped me off that they were playing a concert on a Saturday afternoon at Daytona Beach for MTV. Went out there, um, and here's um, and yeah, and this is another album I used to have on cassette. And so, yeah, is this okay? Here's the this is picture disc for that. It's got the Break Like the Wind thing. And I saw Spinal Tap at this tour a second time, an all full fledged concert at the Bob Carr Arena in Orlando, which was pretty amazing. And then I also got this is the Bitch School single, which kind of replicates the whole idea of Smell the Glove. That movie in the album was a woman on all fours with a dog collar around her neck or whatever, and this is paying homage to that. And then there's the Majesty of Rock single. And I used to have a 12-inch version of the Majesty of Rock single that, see, this is where we get into like 94, 95, 96. I was in a dysfunctional relationship with a young lady who was bipolar, and she liked to destroy my things just because I was such an asshole that I just didn't deserve to like own things because I was undoubtedly owning them just because I was, you know, I don't know. And I was also an asshole because I wouldn't forgive her every time she had remorse for all the things of mine that she destroyed. There are things that did survive that, but yeah, there. And the big thing is, and I still have a T-shirt from that concert in '92. But remember buying several pairs. They sold Spinal Tap panties at those shows, and I bought several pairs. Gave most of them away as gifts. I had one pair that I was still hanging on to. She threw those out. You can't buy them. I mean, I don't. Maybe at eBay they might pop up, but they're going to cost like $100. I mean, you know, she was not cool, but hey, if she only knew how many pairs of panties I own now. Anyway, okay, so moving right along. Um, let's see. Yeah, this is kind of jumping ahead. There was a well, no wait, okay. Um, yeah, this here's from Break Like the Wind. This is the this is the laser disc for the Return of Spinal Tap, which was their concert at the I think it was Royal Albert Hall, and it's a TV special and all kinds of stuff. And again, this is like a video. I don't know if you can see it. Well, let's see. Yeah, see, it's not a. So I guess it still plays. I don't know. It hasn't been played in way too long, but it doesn't matter because I have the DVD that came out. Let's see. But here's the grand. This is like the big thing. This was like this was like $100 when it came out. This is the Spinal Tap Criterion Collection Laserdisc. It's actually two discs, and it's just I mean it's got all. The thing is, there was not much known about this movie when this came out, and this was like where I first learned how the movie was made, how they did a whole demo reel of everything, all this stuff that's like common knowledge out there on the information superhighway these days. This was like one of the most amazing things ever. Just the commentary tracks, all the little things that you wouldn't have noticed, and then there's a whole ton of deleted scenes on here that explains so much of the movie that it just we're not didn't quite make sense on its own. But now it's like, oh, so everything kind of makes sense. Okay, and that was Criterion Collection. This was actually available as a DVD for a very short period of time. This is one of the very first Criterion DVDs, and it's actually kind of worth. I don't know if it's necessarily worth a lot of money now because just this past September, Criterion released this 3 disc 4K Ultra blah 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 um, Super Duper Deluxe Primo Edition Blu-ray of This Is Spinal Tap. So you got the Criterion thing, but this went out of print for a while, and then you had this, which was like the version. It had different deleted scenes on here. Was the interesting thing. There was some overlap, but between this and this, you had a completely different set of almost a completely different set of outtakes and deleted scenes and everything else. Anyway, so what else? Here's another soundtrack album, but this now has the remember the well, it's now buried. The single I had for Christmas with the Devil. This is a reissue of the soundtrack album with the two Christmas with the Devil versions on there. And also in the late '90s, you had this is the Spinal Tap official companion. This was also pretty cool. Um, this has like the complete script and all kinds of it. It's the whole literally has an A to Z index of everything in here. And that was kind of it until 2009 when they released Back from the Dead, which is kind of a lot of the songs from the first album, like repackaged here. Plus, there was a DVD somewhere, and the DVD is now on. It's a bonus feature on the Criterion disc. So that was pretty cool, and that was after, I met my wife. We came we were living in Venice, but we came up to the theater here at downtown St. Pete to see them play in the Unwigged tour. And somewhere I've got a DVD. They released a DVD from that tour. It was so cool. It was just the three of them without all the wigs and makeup, obviously, and just doing songs from all over the place, including the Folksmen. And I should have brought the folk. I have a Folksman T-shirt from that. I don't know. Okay, you're not going to see everything, but anyway. So I did also. Here's now this is copy of the soundtrack album, but it's see it's still got the old tagger on it. This must never be played. See, um, and then what else? Oh, well, I guess I'm leading up to this. There's not a lot of Spinal Tap merch to buy, but this year you had Spinal Tap 2 release, so I got this. This cost way too much. God knows. Like I said, this has been this is the year it got kind of expensive to be a Spinal Tap fan. This thing came out. It's got deleted scenes. The regular Blu-ray doesn't have it. So okay, and I love that movie too. I mean, I just what can I say? It's not about anything else other than just me wanting to know the tap lore and just wanting to be a part of the Spinal Tap world. And then last week, this is a couple of things I got. This is the original Smell the Glove with the original cover. See, this is the vinyl thing that you've seen like four copies of already, but this has a slipcase on it that has the band cover. And then this is the final. Well, I don't know. I also it's in the other room. I don't want to get up because I don't want to stop the thing because I probably fall right into the other room and back in this crummy little house and fall and break my nose or something. But yeah, they published a book, Rob Reiner and the three guys, about the making of Spinal Tap, and then you turn it over and it's got a whole Spinal Tap history. And but it was again, it was signed by famous nepo baby Rob Reiner. So of course I had to get that. I could show it to you, but and then this is what I got recently. This is, I guess, I'm going to open this now. This is the Spinal Tap album. Yet again, yeah, the original thing, but it came in an extra long box. Get it? When they released the Break Like the Wind album, that was a promotional item. That was the extra long box because '92, that was a big deal. You know, the idea of phasing out the long boxes, which made it so you could do CDs in a record rack in a record store. Anyway, but I'm going to open this now. I've not opened this. So let me be very careful because I probably want to save the box, right? Let me see. And yeah, Swiss Army knife. See a little, there it is right there. See? You don't want to be juked with this baby. Okay. Oh, gotta be careful. Okay. And, oh, there's a sticker. You don't want to wreck the sticker. That's worth, I don't know. Let's get this down. This is exciting, isn't it? There you go. Okay, this is where I trash the box, I guess. Let me do this. I said I was going to cut you up, but I mean it too. Fits in a purse. Okay, what do we got here? Yeah, I guess it came with a glove, and the glove, I guess if you take it out, you'll see it's actually got 6 fingers. Oh, I guess I opened the wrong end. I guess if I open this end, this is where, because I'm a CD fan, I buy the vinyl because I like the artwork, but really, and yeah, there we go. This is the sign. This is my third CD copy of the album, and it's got the original. Oh wait, what's this in the back? Yeah, it's got the original smell. This my life is now complete. Anyway, that's my Spinal Tap collection. Well, most of it, not all of it. I'm sorry. I guess I should have planned a little bit better, but um, let's face it. At Monique's Strictly Enforced Dress Code High Society Alliance for discerning grown-ups only, you get what I choose to give you. That's the way it is. So, the guy at the door can give you your money back. I screwed that up. Anyway, there's a more snotty way to say that, and I didn't say it. So, yeah, Spinal Tap's supposed to play well, they already played at Stonehenge, but they're going to release it as a film next year. So, obviously, better start saving. What else can I say? Um, I think I've paid my Spinal Tap dues. Thank you.